man. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and you know about student loans. You don't quite have student loans. I have student loans.
Not quite. I don't have student loans.
You don't have student loans. But you know a lot of people who do, right?
Yeah.
Especially those that weren't blessed to have parents to pay for their whole college tuition, or blessed to have the brain to be academically do well academically
and get scholarships.
Right? And so it's a big issue. A lot of people are being pound down by the man with this whole debt thing. And so there was a alternative solution, which was called income share. And so a lot of you guys might not know what income share is, but apparently it's you get some money up front and while you're in college to pay off your tuition. So they might give you like 40, 50, 60K depending on what you need. And then you sign a contract saying, okay, for the next 8 to 10 years, I'm going to let you take 15% out of my paycheck.
To pay off
the loan. So that means if you don't quite get a real job, or a job in your industry, let's say you work at Taco Bell for 3-4 years, they get 15% of whatever you're making part time or full time.
$500 a week, if that.
But let's say if you do get a good job that's making more than 6-7 figures, they also get 15% of that.
That's still a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it sounds good. It sounds better than debt because after 8 years you don't have to pay anything back. But it started having me think: is there a problem with that? And so I want to ask you: do you think will you rather take out debt, or will you rather, sell shares of your income? Or shares of yourself, really, that's what it is. And you're paying dividends.
Well, let's think, right? They say 8 years, right? So let's use 8. I go to college when I'm 18. I do this thing, let's say 18. And by 26, I am completely, let's say, debt paid off.
Not 8, not 26.
Not 26, because let's say
it's 30.
Let's say 30,
yeah.
Right? Let's say in that time, I was still trying to find my footing, which most of the time happens, right? And I didn't really get into my field or so forth until mid-20s, going into 30 and things like that. That's why we pushed it to 30. I think on the surface, me personally, I don't like being in debt to anybody. But you have 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, late 30-year-olds who have student loan debt.
Yeah, still.
That's probably in the high tens of thousands, maybe mid tens of thousands.
Yeah.
And there's some people that have already made a declaration I'm not going to pay off my student loans. I'm going to pay the minimum every month or things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to aggressively try to get this off and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it's maybe you can help me with that. Do your credit hold it against you that harsh when you have student loan? Because I think a student loan is such a American thing that usually if I have a bad credit with no student loans, they will look at my credit score and look at my transactions what have you been doing? You gonna need a cosign for da-da-da-da-da-da. But because student loan is so regular and it's so normalized, you can still have good credit to great credit with student loans. So that's why I'm some people, that's why people don't feel the need to rush to, or even feel the need to completely pay it off, because they still can accomplish good credit without paying off the student loans. As for me, if I have bad credit, it will look even more worse because I have no student loans. You get what I'm saying? So what you're asking me is, do I want to take...
Will you rather take debt out?
Do I take the big hit but only for 8 years? Or do I take the softer hit but it's for potentially a lifetime?
That's up to you. Cause it could be 4 years. It could be 2 years. So it's not potentially.
Oh, you talk about 4 years of student loans, or 4 years of.
If you're aggressive with it, you can pay it back in 4 years.
But what does aggressive mean? Does aggressive mean I'm living with my parents?
Maybe.
Do like aggressive mean that I don't have a car?
There's nothing you could do if you take out income share. You have to pay something for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
Whereas debt, that's more in your control. Mm-hmm. So you can either pay it off in 4 or 5 years.
I understand that.
Or you could pay off in like 15, 20 years.
I understand that you're teaching or preaching control on that. Mm-hmm. But you can say, oh, you can pay off your student loan in 4 years if you're aggressive.
Yeah.
But I think for the audience and even for myself, we need to specify what aggressive mean, because there is Dave Ramsey aggressive of you live with your parents, you don't really own a car, you really don't go out to eat. Mm-hmm. You basically live way below your means because you want to pay off this student loan debt. A lot of people are not willing to make that sacrifice. Yeah. That's a hard sacrifice to make. Besides, hey, take it out of my hands. Take out the 15, you say? Take out the 15% out of whatever I make. And this is only going to be for 8 years, potentially 9 years, if that. Some people rather take the big hit first than for them to aggressively go at and pay off their student loan. Now, me personally, I probably would take the 8 years of taking it out my hands and just them taking it out 15%. Because there's something about, like, not having, have you ever owed somebody money before? Mm-hmm. Right? Of course, it would be amazing if whenever you get the money or things like that, a part of you getting the money, a part of what you owe to that person, you just go straight to them. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you can get the money that somebody may have lent you, but oh my goodness, my fridge just broke. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, life just happened. Yeah. And I kind of, if I was to give you back the money that I owe you, I will still be in a bad position. Mm-hmm. So I kind of got to hold on to this money to, like, get through the next couple months and things like that. That's what I think happens with student loans. I think people have every intention to pay off student loans. I don't know. Maybe they have intention. Maybe Joe Biden go cancel some of them. You know what I mean? Until, I want to get married. I got to plan a wedding.
Yeah.
I got to get a ring.
I wanted to go to Cancun for my birthday.
I want to get a car. You get what I'm saying?
I want another Vallone shirt.
I want another car. You get what I'm saying? Like, so when you when you have the power, do you trust yourself when you have the power to aggressively pay off that student loan debt without the, what is it called, fixed income or what?
Income share.
Income share. Do you trust yourself? And I'm like, me? Probably not. Just hit me over the head up front, and I could be done with y'all by the time I'm 30.
The scary thing about this income share, though.
What's up?